How's it going, guys? Scanner here, back with another SDS100 programming video. Today I'm going to show you how to organize some favorite lists that are in your local area really quick and easy without needing to use programming like Sentinel or hooking it up to the computer or anything like that. This will just be a quick, easy to follow tutorial, and I really like doing this over using the quick keys. This is how I like to kind of organize things I listen to, so hopefully this helps. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe right now. Go down there and hit that subscribe button. That really helps the channel. And make sure to turn all notifications on so you never miss a video that I upload. Alright, let's jump into this. So we're just going to go ahead and set our location using the auto locate feature with the SDS100. And I've been liking this feature. It's really easy and it's pretty accurate, I've noticed. So let me know down in the comments if you've had any luck with the auto locate feature or if you've had any issues with it so far. But to get set up, all we need to do is come into Set Scan Selection, select List to Monitor, and make sure the full database is on. And then if you have anything else in here, make sure it's all turned off. And then next up, we want to go to Select Service Types. And then we want to just make sure everything is turned on here. And then we'll just back out and let it load. And then we'll go back into the menu and set our location. So in this case, we're going to use the auto locate feature. So we'll let this run for just a second and we'll be right back. Alright, you can see here that it's loaded Bingham, Idaho. So this is the county I'm in, so that is accurate. So all we need to do is push that E key to accept. And now it'll load the full database for my local area here at Bingham County. So the next thing we want to do is head over to your Manage Favorites lists, and then you want to create a couple favorites lists for whatever you want to listen to, so the service types that you want to go ahead and set up. So I would suggest just starting with something simple like police, and then maybe one for EMS and fire. So in that case, I've already set these two up. So what we're going to do is, once you've set those up, you need to come back into Manage Favorites again, and then you want to find a folder called Trunking Discovery. So I'm going to find that real quick. So you can see right here, Trunking Discovery. You need to find this folder, and we need to clear this out. So we want to go in here and click Review, Edit System. And then I'm going to go ahead and clear this system out of here. And don't worry, this is not deleting anything off of your scanner database. It's just clearing out the last discovery that you've done. So you might not have that file in there, but we want to make sure to start with a clean system. So there's nothing in here now. So now what we want to do is we want to decide what we want to start to update first on our database. So maybe we want to listen to police first. So the next step that we want to do is select our service types. Okay, and now that we're in the service types, you'll notice they're all on like we've turned on earlier when we loaded the full database. So now we just want to turn everything off except for the service that we want to listen to. So in this case, we're going to go with police. So we're going to shut everything off except the police or law service types. So we'll just go ahead and go through these real quick. So we'll leave those three on and then continue to turn the rest off. Okay. And now what we want to do is just back out and let that load. So now we are just listening to law channels in my local area with that full database. And the next thing we want to do is go ahead and go to Discovery. We're going to go ahead and do Trunking Discovery because that is what they use in my local area here. So we're just going to start with a new session. And input system here, a lot of people get confused with this right here. They try to enter something and it doesn't work. Well, you've already got the full database loaded for law. So on your system, because we've put in our location, so that is already loaded. So we don't need to enter anything here. We just click enter and it will show what's already available in your area to discover. So we're going to start with Idaho Cooperative Agency. And my local area is Blackfoot, so I'm going to go ahead and select that site. And then the session name, just go ahead and name that something that you'll be able to remember. Okay, so I would suggest, for instance, maybe you want to set yours up with your city name and then police or law or something like that. We'll just go ahead and name it that for now, and then when you hit enter, it'll bring you back to this screen, so just click enter again. And now before we start the discovery, we want to set a few settings in here. So we want to go down to logging, and we want to go ahead and set to all. Compare to database, I turn this off because we want to just get fresh data right from the system here in our local area. So I'm not going to compare it to the database. And record duration, you can set that to whatever you want. That is for the replay feature, so you can listen back. Timeout timer, this would be if it got stuck on a station or somebody was talking more than 30, 10, or 60 seconds, you could set this to just continue to discover. So if somebody was talking for a while, it would continue to scan. I'm going to leave this off. Next up, we want auto store. We want to make sure this is turned on. And what that's going to do is save everything it finds inside that trunking discovery favorites list. So that's very important. Make sure auto store is turned on, and then we can just go up to trunking discovery. And then we'll let this run, and we'll see if we get any hits right down here. We'll just let this run for a few minutes and we'll be right back.
Control 1100, I'll be code 7, my residence.
1215.
Control 34 is at the office.
324 1218.
Control 624, clear.
19.
Control 190.
190.
Be out at 581, officer. Skate this.
Copy 1221.
Control 619, 28.
619.
4 by Nora, 5866.
619 on a white 2000 Buick Century to a Raymond Robinson. Expires 9 of 20. County address.
729.
Copy 10. Negative on, please not extend precautions.
Copy.
Alright, we've got a few hits here now. We're going to call it good. You can always restart these scans too, which is the cool thing. So we're just going to go ahead and stop it now. There could be tons of unit IDs already set in here. So we got a couple hits on the top group for the P25 system that I'm scanning here in my local area. So this is all law now. So what we've done is we could back out, and we want to go ahead and set our scan selection, and we're going to just turn all lists off, and now select list to monitor. Now we want to turn on the trunking discovery. Okay, so here's trunking discovery, so we're going to go ahead and turn that on. Everything else should be turned off, and we're just going to back out, let it load. So what we've done is we've stored everything inside trunking discovery. So now everything we've just discovered on that P25 system with those hits is all stored inside the trunking discovery favorites list. So now we need to move it over to whatever favorites list we want. In this case, it will be the police, the Blackfoot police favorites list. So then we can toggle that on and off whenever we want to listen to it. So the next step will be just going back into the menu. And then I can show you in service types, it'll just show a custom down here, and that's the one that's on. So that is totally normal. It's just the way we scanned it because we didn't compare it to the database. Everything it found is new, so it just goes into that custom setting. So keep that in mind if you do see that. That is totally normal. But what we're going to do now is go into Manage Favorites, and then we'll scroll to our Blackfoot Police Favorites list and just click on that. And now what we can do is just add current DB channels. And because the trunking discovery list is the one that's on, those are the DB channels that we're going to put into this favorites list. So we just want to confirm. So now we've just copied everything from trunking discovery into the Blackfoot Police. So it's organized by police only because we just discovered police in my area. So that is how you really quick and easily set your location and then set up different favorites lists by just creating different names for each one. So in this case, Blackfoot Police, and then I have one set up for EMS. What we could do now is, let me just show you finishing up here, and then I'll kind of wrap things up and show you what you can do with this moving forward. So what we want to do is just go to Set Scan Selection, set all lists off, and then I'm going to select a list to monitor, and now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Blackfoot Police. So now I can go to Service Types, and you will see down here, Custom, same thing, so that's totally normal. And you can actually go in and edit this. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but now what we've done is we've got all those hits that we've discovered, now they're right inside our Blackfoot Police favorites list. So I like doing this better than the quick keys I've found. It's a little bit easier just to turn a favorites list on or off.
Control 618, 614 will be clear.
So you can see down here unit IDs coming through. So we know this is all the law in my area. And if I wanted to go ahead and...
Control 324, if you'll post those animal complaints over in ours.
And if I wanted to go ahead and do an update on this database again, all I would need to do is set the scan selection, set all lists to off. That's just the quickest, easy way I've found to turn all lists off, so you know that you're turning on whichever ones you want. Because sometimes when you get a lot going on, you miss a few if you're not paying attention. So you want to turn the full database back on. And now what we can do is go to Discovery, and then we can just go to Trunking Discovery, and then go to that same discovery that we did before, and then that'll load the full database, and then we can just continue to search. So we'll let this load here. So now we're back in here, so you can see everything is set the way we had it before, auto stores on. So now we could just jump right back in and start the discovery again, and it's going to go ahead and search for the law again. But what we can do if we want to search for EMS now that the full database is back on, we can go back into Manage Favorites and then find that Trunking Discovery Favorites list again, right here. So we're going to enter into here, and then now we just want to delete everything from the previous scan. So that was the law. So we want to make sure to clear this out. So if we come back in here, you'll see nothing is in there. And then we can back out, and then we can select our service types. Okay, so now you're in service types. So now we can, if we want to search for EMS and fire, we can just go ahead and turn on EMS and then fire. And then we can turn off the law, because that is what we searched before. We don't want to search any more law. We only want fire and EMS. So now we can back out and let that load. So now it is scanning only fire EMS in my area. And then if we come back in here and then go to Discovery, Trunking Discovery, and then I'm going to just create a new one, new session. You just click enter. You don't need to enter anything on this screen. So we're going to go back into the system, the P25 system in my city of Blackfoot, and now we can do our name. So in your case, you would probably want to put your city and then fire EMS so you knew what it was. So that'll bring you back to this screen, and then we can just click enter here. And now once we're inside this screen, we just need to set up a few settings again. Again, we'll just go through here real quick, set up logging to all, compare to database, off, and then we want to make sure auto store is turned on, and then we can just go ahead, and after that is done, we can just go ahead and start the discovery. And now we are searching fire EMS in my location. So now I'm not going to go through all that again, but this is basically the same process as before. So now I could just back out and then go through that same process I just showed you in the video, and I could do this for multiple different service types in my area. So if I wanted to create a favorites list for all these different things, so if I wanted to do, like, for my city Blackfoot business, I could make a favorites list for Blackfoot business, and I could search for that and then put everything into that folder, etc. So this is a really quick way to set up a bunch of different favorites lists and name them, keep them nice and organized for things you like to listen to in different cities and your area. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up and let me know down below if you found this valuable. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.